Manga series, we see a one-eyed man in the guild. So how did they have it? Did they end up banging a cyclops? And if so, which one of the three did they do? Today we're going to talk about some of the lore within the world of my mangas, because my mangas are not goonery. They tell dark and compelling stories that just so happen to have some adult elements in it. I'm a world builder and educator, not a goon maker. As always, we're going to be discussing material from the mating manual. So in chapter 2 of The Devil's Deal, whenever Selma is showing off for the cereal, proving that she's worthy of being an adventurer and not proving it very well before getting decked, we see a glimpse of a one-eyed man in the background. And those individuals are called Unoman. And the thing about Unoman is the fact that it means one man, but it also depends on the region you're talking about, means one-eyed man. And no, this is not what Unoman call themselves. Back in their native tongue, if you were to go to a cyclops society, they are called Uiao. And it means non-cursed child spawned from not within. And to understand what the hell that's supposed to mean, we need to understand the history of the Cyclopses. A super quick summary is the original Cyclops is the Machine. After they could not win a war with the Syncos, which is like a centipedic creature that has telepathy abilities, then they created the Cheen, which are the women of Cyclops society now. And yes, the Machines are intersexes. They do have some swinging meat and a meat cave in there. But whenever these two couldn't turn the tide of war, then they created the Ma, which were basically resistant to mental attacks at the sacrifice of intellectual capability, but they increased emotional intelligence, and so these are now the modern day Cyclopses. And the reason that within the title that we have non-cursed child born not from within is because the centipedes, the Syncos, would basically originally take the Machines and then later the Cheens, once the Machines could no longer give birth, and they would basically stab them in the abdomen with their, appendage, and they would impregnate or take over a pregnancy from that Machine or Cheen, and it would give birth to a Gomberstanch. And a Gomberstanch is a much more powerful Syncos that reflects traits of, a Cyclops. So that's why they say non-cursed, because a Gerberstanch is considered a cursed child. But if you find strong eyebrows attractive as a woman, which one of these two do you need to mate with? Well, the reality is you're most likely going to meet with a Machine to get your baby batter, because for Mas, let's look at some numbers. The average PP size in America is about 5.1 inches. We're going to go ahead and make it almost 6 inches, and, the circumference is about 4.5. This is a human. This is what you're used to seeing. This is what you're used to taking. This is the nightmare fuel that you'll have to take if you want to get with a Ma. And so you need to understand, it's not always about the size that's the problem. It's the girth that's the problem. That's